Here's the Panthers, who, for all but 10 minutes of that match last week, Phil Gould, looked like they were capable of beating any team in the competition, but it was just that lapse in concentration that leaked 3 tries and cost them the win.
Yeah, well, that's all part of the learning curve, isn't it? They really aimed up against a good side last weekend. There is Dylan Edwards on screen. He's their first choice fullback in the club. Hasn't played so far this year. This is his first game. Injury issues during the off-season, then again a little minor injury during the COVID break, but they will welcome him back tonight, and his combination with the 2 halves, Cleary and Luai, his support play for those players will be crucial in this game against the Melbourne Storm tonight.
More tackle breaks than any Panther last year. Dylan Edwards, there's Suliasi Vunivalu, game number 100 in the NRL for him. And that amazing stat that's been doing the rounds this week, he's got 76 tries, which is more than any Melbourne Storm player at the 100-game mark in their career. The Storm rarely have been troubled by the Panthers in recent years, but tonight there is a feeling that we have got a line ball contest. Here goes James Fisher-Harris with the first assault on the Melbourne defensive line. Good to have you with us, live and free on Nine's Wide World of Sports. The Panthers and the Storm. And Josh Mansour. Here goes James Tarmo. One of 3 Australian internationals in this Panthers lineup tonight. Coruscant for Cleary, and here's Martin. Nearly got the better of Cameron Munster there. It's an aggressive back row for Penrith, isn't it? Martin on the right and Kikau on the left, and here's the worker, Isaiah Yeo, who's having a magnificent season, averaging 47 tackles and 150 running metres per game. Cleary with the clearing kick for Pappenhausen. And now Vunivalu. Put down on his own 20-metre line. Here's Smith with a starting role again tonight. That's been the pattern over the last couple of weeks from Craig Bellamy. He wants up-tempo football from the start, and the man they affectionately call the cheese is out there. And Finucane now. Edging closer to 200 Premiership games. Game number 193 for Dale tonight. Here's Smith. To Brandon Smith. Over the halfway. The kick will come right on the stripe, in fact, by Munster. And here's Edwards, who's waiting underneath it. He had a nightmare in this corresponding match in round 3 last year when Melbourne comfortably beat the Panthers. I think what was it, 6 handling errors?
Well, it's a very loud start from both teams. Like you can hear in the effects microphones that these 2 teams are communicating, and it's a good sign that they're here to play. They've got a great attitude. No errors as yet.
Coruscant, he got through them. He got through Jesse Bromwich with a swift dash from dummy half. That was good work. Luai away now for Cleary, and a pass for Tarmo. Play number 5. What's Nathan got? He's going to take on the defence, and he gives it away now for Vare, who'll stab it towards the in goal, and the kick is just too long.
Well, already you can see the Melbourne Storm got their hands on their haunches.
Kick the ball.
That fatigue of the opening couple of minutes is already taking its toll.
Barry and Seve called into the Melbourne team. No Josh Addo-Carr tonight, his partner awaiting the birth of their 2nd child. We wish them well. Here's Brandon Smith for Dale Finucane. Up into Martin with Cleary there and Tarmo to help. And now Brandon Smith. Tackled by Coruscant, who's averaging 53 tackles a game this year. Munster for Kenny Bromwich. Taken by his New Zealand teammate Dean Vare. Munster now aims a kick high across the ground in Mansour's direction. Vunivalu with the AFL catch. He tapped it back for Pappenhausen. He couldn't control it and boots it over the touchline.
He's a target, isn't he? Suliasi Vunivalu. Munster gets it right on the spot here. He jumps up over Mansour, gets a grab on it. I thought he might try and swivel for the try line, but decided to pass it back, and it all went awry from there.
Well, it didn't take long, did it? That's the mismatch. Mansour on Vunivalu. Great effort by Ryan Pappenhausen. He was at the play the ball, and he zipped around and gave an option on the 3-in, which is the halfback, Jerome Luai.
Here's Brian To'o. Signed a new 3-year contract with the Panthers during the week. And Yo, and now Cleary out for kick out. They're trying to get him up against Riley Jacks, I fancy. That was good work by Felice Kafusi and Bromwich to close down the threat. And Tamo off a short pass from Isaiah Yo. Is put down over the halfway. Coruscant for Cleary. Finds the ground, skidding along the turf here. And Pappenhausen is trapped in the tackle. Speaking of turf, our own turf expert, Brad Fittler. I heard you say during the week this ground looks like it's chopping up under the traffic it's had. How's it looking tonight?
Yeah, well, the good thing about the ground is cut a lot shorter, so you got less dew and less water on top, so you can see the ball is not as slippery as some other games that we've seen. But yeah, you can see with the traffic getting chopped up galore. So I think a lot of these clubs will be happy to see their own home ground soon.
Yeah, round 8 we'll be getting back to home grounds, which is another giant step forward back towards normality. Now Pappenhausen sends a high kick up for Edwards, who was almost born in Victoria. In fact, he was born in Albury, Dylan, just across the river. Now To'o ran for 300 metres against Newcastle a couple of weeks back, Brian. And Mansour, 5 tries in 7 games against the Storm in his career. Sentio out the back to Cleary. The Panthers doing well through the middle of the park here at the moment. They're up inside Melbourne's half already. Fisher Harris with a pass for Yo. A lot of forwards linking together with short passing. Cleary sends one towards Sebe, who has done a good job of that. If there's tall timber on the other side of the park, Billy, it's the opposite over this side. Melbourne's left-hand side with Olam and Sebe, the centre wing combination. There's Dale Finucane with the trainer.
Yeah, it's a bit more of an even match, that one. To'o and Sebe. I've been really impressed with the ball movement of the Penrith Panthers. They're moving this Melbourne defence around.
Fusi. Drag back and another good tackle. So they've conceded a penalty.
Yeah, Billy, I think the Panthers' attacking shape and their ball movement, the stringing the passes with the forwards, it looks a hell of a lot better than what we've seen, doesn't it?
I'm really impressed. It's looking very dangerous, and there was a beautiful pass in the last set by Api Coruscant, and it would have cut out 3 or 4 defenders of the Melbourne team. And got Nathan Cleary out. He couldn't get the ball to the edge, but it's ominous signs. But this is where Melbourne are dangerous. Set start, close to the line. Watch for play 3.
So Brenko Lee. He's done a great job for Melbourne in the last few weeks. He's the leading meter eater last week in the victory over Newcastle. 15 short of the Panthers line now. Smith waits for it. Shows a couple of dummies, plays flat to Finucane. There's the fire alarm. 6 more tackles coming. Liam Martin with the tackle on Finucane. Here's Jesse Bromwich. Trying some footwork in close. Kikau and Yo made the tackle. Smith plays deep to Brandon Smith, who plays flat to Kenny Bromwich. That was a good legs tackle. Cleary made it, but the play the ball was fast. Back to Brandon Smith off Cameron. And play number 4 now. Couple out from the line. Here's Munster. And here's Jesse Bromwich. Coruscant around the legs. Short side. Away to Oldham, who's their resident battering ram on this side of the ground. But the Panthers have done that pretty comfortably.
No, it was part of the tackle. That's why it was up.
Yeah, they looked really solid in defence for the majority of last week too. It was only a little 10-minute period that let them down, but they seem to read the Melbourne Storm really well through that extended set. Bradley Fittler.
Yeah, all that defence was right in front of us, and the clarity in the calls from Dylan Edwards and Nathan Cleary just gave everyone an opportunity to know exactly what they were doing. You can see even Cameron Smith at one stage just throwing it back to Brandon, the block of cheese. There's just nothing on, so just the communication online was outstanding for the Panthers.
Kick out. Gee, that's one heck of a hairdo. He isn't cutting it really, Army kick out. He's trying to grow this. It's getting more elaborate by the day. Cleary with a hanger. And Seve is in the gun and he puts it down.
Yeah, really tough kick to take this one. It was spiralling, come off the side of the boot and just dipped away from Marion Seve in the last minute. You see Cleary hit it, just comes off the side of the boot, spirals, and Seve's got a lunge right at the end. Couldn't take it. Scrum goes to the middle of the field. See Jerome Luai and Kickow out on the left.
Let's go, Melbourne, let's go. Okay, shot clock off. Right in, hold there, Kenny. Two hands, Nathan. Feet down, Jesse. Police, get in, police. Out.
Coruscant from the back of the scrum finds Luai, and then an early pass for kick out. Tackle number one. It's put down on the 20-metre line. Tamo hit strongly around the chest by Finucane. Melbourne, third best defence in the Premiership so far this year. Kick out, he takes a power of stopping. But they're up for the challenge, Melbourne's defence. A couple of metres short of the line. Deep pass to Luai. Coruscant two passes wide. Showed it to Tamo and went to Yo. He goes to ground 11 metres short. Cleary sends it behind Fisher Harris. Good ball, Edwards. Martin now. Munster with a good tackle. Play number 5. Oh no, it's come off Dylan Edwards back. And Fisher Harris has got it. He's got to find Cleary. He does in the end. And Nathan rolls one towards the end goal. And To'o's after it. Oh, he left that late. He had to play it. That's Cameron Smith. Well, that's a great result for the Panthers in the end.
Well, it's an incredible result, given that the pass from dummy half was directed at the wrong man, and it could have gone really pear-shaped for them.
There was a real chance here, Gus, out on the right. If I think it was Martin, Liam Martin, could get that ball to Brian To'o. They had an overlap. It was a great kick by Cleary. Cameron Smith just bats it dead.
They look really dangerous, Billy. They should have scored there, and then their play looks really crisp. It looks like they all know what they're doing.
And their urgency to get into shape. Watching it from high up here, their urgency to get into shape, communicate what plays on.
And he took a whack in the breadbasket there, Dylan Edwards, for his trouble.
Welcome back, Dylan. To go back in 2016, Dylan, his 46th game tonight. He's had a couple of bad injuries, Gus, hasn't he? The shoulder in particular, 2018, took a lot of getting over.
Yep. Yep, he's had no luck whatsoever, so let's hope he stays injury-free. He's re-signed with the club and extended his contract, so he's their number one choice.
And here goes one of the game's number one big men, James Fisher Harris. For Yo this time. Finucane brings him to ground. Brandon Smith low. And Kenny Bromwich to help. Cleary and Tamo charges towards Cameron Smith. They're in the centre of the ground. Right hand upright. Anyway, and Coruscant shows it once, goes to Cleary. Luai. Here's Stephen Crichton. Jack's made the tackle. Might have been fortunate not to get a 6 again call there. He gets away with one perhaps. Now Yo. 5 and last. Cleary, he kicks towards Tot. Oh, Sebi's there too. Tot off by Sebi does well, but there's some interference.
Yeah, this is an escort.
Okay, it's an escort there. You've interfered with him.
Yeah, Olam. He just got to position a little bit late and took Brian Toto out.
Well, you feel like a try is coming here. They've looked dangerous down both edges. They've nearly outnumbered the Storm on 3 occasions. Just got to find the right pass at the right time. Be patient here.
Tamo gets them going.
Stand now.
They're stacked out on this left-hand side. That's the way they're going to go. Yo with another one. Inside the 10, Nathan Cleary. Oh, fell straight to kick out.
James moves.
Yeah, that ball was meant for Luai. If you could get that ball to Luai, he had an overlap on the outside.
Well, they just crowded each other there, Billy, didn't they? They've had good spacing, but on that occasion, just too many in the way.
Boom. Brad?
I think the Melbourne defence frustrated the Panthers a little bit. They've got that timing in the ruck within a couple of weeks of the rule change. They've mastered that already, the Melbourne Storm.
What's come off Kenny Bromwich's chest. And Sebo has got to go back infield. Here's the last, Munster. Drop punt down for Dylan Edwards. He's going to fire it away to the veteran, Josh Mansour. Jackson Kafusi helped with the tackle, but the ball slips away. Here's Crichton now. There's only 3 offloads from the Panthers against Parramatta last week. A lot of their passing, as you've seen so far, seems to come before the line. That was a genuine offload by Josh Mansour, who's very adept at that. And there's another example. Fisher Harris away for Luai, and now kick out. Down the left-hand short side, Luai, Mansour, Chargle back on the inside. Crichton is there. Penrith get that try.
They've outnumbered the Melbourne Storm on that edge a couple of times, and they take advantage of it. Beautiful short side play. Api Coruscant does extremely well by holding up the marker and preserving the 3-on-2. As Api Coruscant gets out, as we see here on the Harvey Norman replay, Jerome Luai, beautiful cutout ball to Mansour, and back for that man, Stephen Crichton. It's good to see him get a good start to this game.
Yeah, Harvey Norman replay, that's the money ball from Luai. But as Billy pointed out, Api Coruscant did some nice work out of dummy half to give him time and space. And a lovely little short side raid there by the Panthers, who look very, very organised and come up with a deserved try. Bradley?
Penrith always look better attacking from 30 and 40 out than they do on the try line. It was a beautiful pass by Jerome Luai. Api does great work from dummy half. Look at that, just holds Riley Jacks up with a little dummy. And Josh Mansour, he could have missed that, but a beautiful pass back on the inside. They look so much more dangerous from 30 and 40 out than they do on the try line of the Melbourne Storm.
It's good to see young Stephen Crichton get a good start to this game. He had an unhappy 3 minutes against Wonga Blake last week, and for him to have a good couple of carries and then score the first try of this match.
He was one of 8 Panthers to make a debut in 2019, Stephen Crichton, and 4 of those are out there this evening. Cleary converts Penrith 6-0.
Stay behind, guys.
Well, they jumped out of the boxes last week to the Panthers. They've replicated that 6-0. But it's an 80-minute game.
Stay behind.
They've looked organised and very confident, though. Here's Smith with the restart. It's a shaky old thing. Bounces twice. Here comes James Fisher-Harris, who, despite his standing in the game, is yet to play 100 NRL games. It's quite amazing. Already a test player and one of the best middlemen there is. Here's Mansour, tackled by Smith and Munster. Tamo. Short of the halfway. And Yo beats Jesse Bromwich momentarily. Back to the centre of the field, with Kafusi helping with the defence. Cleary, fourth tackle kick after a try. Pappenhausen chases back, gets the ball in his own 10. He's confronted by all leading the chase, and Vare and Martin, they wrestle him down.
Sends a good message, doesn't it, Gus? Not only to your opposition, but your fellow teammates, that you kick early, you're willing to do this the hard way.
Love the early kick. You can never kick too early.
Good tackle, that.
I've kicked a couple of times too early and the coach wasn't happy.
Do whatever you want, Billy.
I was never really sure about your kicking licence, Billy.
Me either.
Riley Jacks. Speaking of kicking, quirky little one. All three of Melbourne's key playmakers, Smith, Munster and Riley Jacks, are all left-footed kickers.
Yeah, don't find that too often. It's handy to have a left foot kicker if your main kicker's a right foot. Brian Totto's got a big night with Cameron Smith out of dummy half, covering that 40-20.
There's a good offload. And they rebound through that, through Cleary, out for kick-out. He charges at them. Excellent tackle. Riley Jacks made it. That was an important one. Back for Cleary, who looks inside and runs into a good tackle as well. Physical stuff there. It's Brandon Smith. Who else? Luai stabs it through, turns through to Barlow around. Now Pappenhausen, look out, Ryan. They're coming. They've got him.
I'll talk about left-footed kickers. This young boy Luai has a beautiful, deft little left foot kick. Short kicks, chip kicks, grubber kicks. You saw it to good effect there. He'll shape wide, open the gate, and then just push it through the hole. Weighted beautifully, and the defence is there to back him up and force the line drop out. That's 2 kicks earlier in the tackle count. I love that. I love kicking early in the tackle count, even on the attack. It really puts your opposition on notice.
Played by Tenavano out there now. And now Fisher-Harris. Tackle made by Munster. Coruscant. And Yo. Shut down by Munster and Smith. Christian Welsh is out in the game now in number 10. Luai with a juggle and a good tackle by Lee. Coruscant shaped the kick on the 4th. That's the 10-metre line. Luai takes off down the left. Now Kickout's going to roll it through. Oh, Pappenhausen was there. That was an awkward bounce. He did well there, Ryan. And now Breco Lee dragged. If I'm the size of Iliani Kickout, Gus, I don't know I'm kicking. I'm running.
He's a very skillful player, mate. You haven't seen anything like what he can provide in attack. He's still untapped.
Numbers here. Here's a chance. Breco Lee. Kenny Bromwich, sorry.
Yeah, Kickout's got so many strings to his bow.
Down for Mansour. He runs back to the 30-metre line. They're certainly winning the territorial battle at the moment, the Panthers.
Yeah, it's as good a start as I've seen from the Penrith Panthers, and the Melbourne Storm are the kings of absorbing pressure.
To'o wasn't held there.
Yeah, just look like they've got their hands full at the moment, the Melbourne Storm, don't they?
Well, they've certainly got their hands full. It's been a great start by Penrith, sorry.
You don't go mixing those clubs up, Billy, let me tell you that. It's a surge by Tedovano. Gus has got steam coming out of his ears after that.
I was just about to walk down and sock him.
Here's Fisher Harris, and it's gone forward, says Ashley Klein. Or a knock on, maybe. Either way, same outcome.
There's been a couple of moments here where the Panthers haven't found the right pass, but you can see the opportunities are on.
Shot clock's on.
And the Storm are really straining to hang on and accommodate them. Playing with a lot of confidence. Bradley?
Yeah, Andrew Johns just texted me through. He said on what he's seen from Viliame Kick, how he can't take his licence off him just yet.
Okay.
He thought he saw enough in that kick to allow him to keep his licence for the meantime.
Well, anyone who wants to take the licence off him has got to go and tell them themselves. You might think again when you get up close.
Welsh now. I mean, if I'm Viliame Kicko, I wasn't knocking his kicking. I'm just running it. I'm running it everything. If I'm his size, I'm running through walls. James Fisher-Harris up near 100 running metres already. Finucane playing it. Sent from Smith. Oh, good tackle. That one on Kenny Bromwich. A rib rattler, and it was Liam Martin. Now Brandon Smith. Another good tackle. Martin involved again with Tedovano. Cameron Smith ducks down a short side. And Edwards is collared. Oh, a hint of a high one there. Ashley Klein satisfied. There was no infringement.
It was a really patient kick from Cameron Smith there. He's just saying we've got to get this team back on their own try line and working a bit harder coming out of trouble. He's playing the long game there.
Fisher-Harris charged straight at the mark at Kafusi and then got an offload away in mid-air. That was nice. Tackle 4, though. The Panthers wedge down their own end, and Cleary says, you know what, I've seen enough. Get it out of here. Kicks down for Marion Seve, and he got a good purchase on that one, and the kick chase is good.
That's that message again. We're here all night.
Tino Fasua Maraawi. What a talent. He's been outstanding this year. Pappenhausen is rocked. What a good shot. What a good read by Fisher-Harris. He's got all the speed in the world, but he ran into a real traffic jam that time. Meanwhile, Christian Welsh has been taken out in back play. As Kafusi rolls a kick through, it's bobbling along the ground. The touch judge has got his flag up. Is it off Penrith or Melbourne? Storm were arguing there was a Panther.
Scrum, Penrith fee.
No, there's the ruling.
Guys. Out off Sully last.
It's a good quality game. VB hard-working index. Asai, gee whiz, he's having a season. Always felt he'd be best served when he graduated into the middle of the field, and he's really made that number 13 jersey his own. Plays big minutes, plays every week. And they had the Golden Point game a few weeks ago. He played 90 minutes, set up some amazing figures. And he leads the way tonight, the VB Hard Work Index. Steam coming off the players. Pretty cool out here in the Golden West tonight.
Here's To'o. The ball of muscle.
How are Melbourne going, Billy?
Well, they're hanging in there. I like the call about the quality of this game. It's either one of these teams played like this against the majority of the other teams in the NRL.
Oh, how's that? What a great tackle. Jammed in Vunivalu and made a great shot, but the ball was advanced and they made some extra metres now.
Yeah, don't be fooled again by the scoreboard here. There's plenty thrown at each opposition.
Cleary kicks end over end. Seve under siege. Ball tapped back. And Melbourne making a run for it. Edwards, he stabbed the boot on it and eventually it rolls over the touchline.
Ready on the scrum? In the middle, go. Shot clock is on.
Thanks, sir. This is the Vunivalu tackle. He got Luai with a good one there, but he slipped away and got a pass away.
Well, it was a tackle he had to make because he was well outnumbered out there on that right-hand defence again. Panthers' ball movement really troubling them down the sidelines.
Pappenhausen. Only 80 kilos, this young man, 22-year-old. This is Brinko Lee. This is Dalfanuku. Tackled by Coruscant and Tedovano. Played to Smith. He's off on a run. And then he jinks, fires at the Munster, who slips away from one. Then to Bromwich, then to Wallen, then to Seve down the sideline. He tries to kick a hair that's bounced off the Panther, but
He went to catch it. It's went out there.
he went to
Shot
catch
clock
it.
on, Melbourne feed.
Yeah, he's played it.
Okay.
So the Melbourne Storm will get another opportunity here.
Yeah, dangerous spot to get a scrum. Middle of the field. We've got 18 metres from the try line.
Well, it's been a feature of the Melbourne Storm over the years, hasn't it? You know, it's just their stickability. Like right at the moment, I feel as though they're just hanging on, but they stick with it and stick with it, stick with it. Now they're forced to turn over, and this is where they're usually good at striking back.
They absorb the pressure. And you got Munster and Pappenhausen on the right-hand side with Branko Lee and Vunivalu. Something's cooking out there.
Pappenhausen. Crichton with a good read. Sent to Smith, who's standing at first receiver. Now Finucane. Runs up the middle. 12 short of the Panthers line. Coruscant with the tackle. Here goes Big Tino. There's the siren. So there's another reload coming. 6 more tackles for Melbourne. Smith for Munster. And here's Kafusi. And that's what Melbourne can do. They have soaked up all the Panthers' pressure and have hit back with interest.
I love the sequence they put together here. I love when teams hit to a scrum line and immediately attack the next scrum line. Really put some pressure on the middle forwards of their opponents and get the ball to the edge. And Munster with a double barrel. Harvey Norman replay. He's got 2 forwards charging at the edge of the ruck. And they're able to pull through for a much-needed try. Beautifully executed, Billy.
Well, he sweeps from the left-hand side of the field to the right. Like you said, he had that double barrel up his sleeve. Riley Jacks out the back, take a few flies off. Freddie.
You're talking about the Melbourne stickability. There's absolutely nothing on before they got the scrum for them. And have a look at Munster here. Nothing on. Farre comes in. No, get away. He just comes shooting down a blind side. Bromwich, they find it here. They get the scrum. Then just off the scrum, Munster comes up with a great pass for the try. The stickability of Melbourne. Nothing's on. Munster finds something, creates an opportunity, and sets up the try.
Well, it's always been my favourite saying, like in big games, you got to feel comfortable being uncomfortable. And no one does it better than the Melbourne Storm. I think had the Panthers been playing a lot of sides in this competition, they lead pretty comfortably on the scoreboard. But Melbourne have just found a way to hang in there, and their first opportunity really in about 20 minutes, they've crafted out a nice try with some power running on the edge.
So here's the old bloke. He's only missed 3 goals all season. Happy birthday for yesterday, Cam. Melbourne lock it up.
And Cameron Smith adds the extras to level scores at 6 points to all.
Not early, guys. Stay behind.
We're locked up at 6 points each. As you know, it's Beanies for Brain Cancer Weekend, and the NRL community is raising money and awareness for the Mark Hughes Foundation. You can buy a beanie, and if you haven't got one, you need to get one. markhughesfoundation.com.au, selected IGA and Lowe's stores as well. And the weather has just turned chilly enough for you to get around in that beanie for the rest of the winter. Good styles this year. You've got the kiddies variety out there. Gus likes the leopard print one, which is interesting, but they're all very good.
I'm yet to find one that looks good on me.
Back comes Edwards.
It's been a marvellous concept, hasn't it? The beanies for brain cancer. Gee whiz. Tremendously supported by all members of the community. And rightly so. Not just the rugby league.
Readjusted in the tackle.
Everyone wants a beanie at this time of year.
Cold enough to wear one out in the park, Billy.
Yeah, especially down in Melbourne. Nice and chilly down there.
If you haven't got a beanie on this weekend, you're not well dressed. Doesn't matter where you're going.
Oh, good defence. That was a great tackle. And Welsh too on Tedavano. There's no striking violet himself, I'm here to tell you. Here goes kick out. Just incredible the way they've clawed their way back, Melbourne. Penrith all the running. Melbourne hit back on the scoreboard, and you sense the shift in momentum. Good game. Friday night footy from Campbelltown. Thanks to VB. Tedavano again, met by Welsh. Cleary out the back, Edwards ducked off the right foot, but Munster has got him. Cleary smashed by Welsh after the kick. Up they go, Pappenhausen.
I think Pappenhausen flew over Vunivalu then.
Well, they were the only two in the contest. They're both Storm players. Some crunching tackles in that set of 6 from the Melbourne Storm that are trying to turn this with their defence.
Here's Brenko Lee now. Pappenhausen went into first receiver and decided to run at them.
Well, he ran because the Panthers' defence moved up so quickly out wide. He didn't dump the problem off to someone else, and now Cameron Smith judiciously kicks down into the corner. That's really smart from Pappenhausen, because he just didn't dump the problem. You get the high shot here of the previous play. Melbourne are lined out to the left. Everyone wants the ball wide. Pappenhausen gets it, but realises the defence has gone up past the ball and says, well, you know what? I'm not going to dump the problem off to someone else. I'll dig into it. I'll take the knock for the team. And that allows the skipper now just to stroll into dummy half. There's no pressure on him on the next play, and kicks beautifully down into the corner, and the defence is ready to chase it. And Dylan Edwards says, well, I hope this goes over the sideline. I don't want to pick it up. But that's a heads-up play from Pappenhausen. He's really looked after his team there.
Feet down. Out.
This Melbourne defence, they'll be doing all they can to force an error here. Half-time just around the corner, and they have wrestled their way back on the scoreboard, but also in terms of the flow of the game. Kick out. Good run from him. Relieves a bit of pressure. Now Moses Leota.
Kick out's down.
Well, he's too, Billy. And he's not well at all.
Yeah, it appears to be holding a right ankle. Left ankle, is it?
Cleary, inside pass, Tedavano, tackled by Fasua Malaawi. Here goes Coruscant, stabs a kick through, bounces up well. Oh, penalty, Penrith.
Cameron, you've changed your line and taken out the chaser coming through.
Not Cameron Smith.
Confirm where that ball bounces.
Said he's changed his line.
I thought you did. You want to challenge it? Challenge it.
Save your challenge, Cameron.
He's going to argue, but then he's going to brush the challenge.
Picks his battles.
All right, 6-all, the Panthers to take a shot.
I don't think he moved either.
It's over here, Nathan.
So Cleary from right in front, 20 metres out. 2.5 until half-time. Cameron Smith hasn't stopped talking to Ashley Klein since that penalty.
I think Cameron Smith was right. I think it was a very, very harsh penalty. I think Cleary ran into the back of him. Cameron Smith didn't really change his line at all. All he did was turn his back at the collision, so it was a pretty harsh call.
It's a really important 2 points leading into half-time. I don't know if Cameron took another step.
Well, all he did was really brace himself. Cleary's coming outside in. Cameron Smith just, all he does is turn his back. Just braced himself. Cleary ran into him. Had he challenged that, I reckon he wins it. But he saved it for later. Cleary's laughing. They're having a joke. Cleary's saying, I got you there.
They probably deserve to go into the break leading the Melbourne Storm. Panthers have been outstanding to start this game and dominated field position. So deserved leaders.
And Ivano, look, what about that for a run?
Christian, move! Wait down! Wait, Tino! Wait!
Who started that run at Minto. He had such a head of steam up.
Well, they nearly put him back to Minto. They hit him pretty hard.
Now Moses Leota. 4 forwards on the bench for Melbourne this evening. The utility player for the Panthers is Matt Burton.
Kenny, get up now!
Here's Edwards. They were expecting a kick. They go to Vare and To'o cuts back in. Beats Tino. But Smith's over to help with the defence. 30 seconds until the break. Coruscant rifles one to Cleary. It's down to Pappenhausen, who's very safe, isn't he? Apart from being blisteringly quick. And Seve has run out of room and goes to ground quickly before they could effect a drag over the touchline. Vunivalu now. And this should be the last play of the half. Welsh takes the tackle of Cleary and Martin. There's the siren. There's the whistle. Good half of football this. And the second half looms as a cracker. Panthers 8, Storm 6.
Well, they are in front, a 2-point lead over the Melbourne Storm. What a top quality first half of footy. Cannot wait for the second 40. Matt Thompson.
Neither can we, Erin. Thank you. Yes, it's been quite the game, and we were anticipating this. The Panthers have been building, and they really are threatening some of the heavyweight teams with all the talent they've got. They've just got to put it all together. Beating some brain cancer around. A reminder, markhughesfoundation.com.au. And we should acknowledge, apart from the fans who have been loyal supporters of the initiative for the last few years, the players who have been wearing the beanies out to raise awareness and help in the fundraising effort as well. It is such an insidious disease, and very little progress has been made of helping people save their lives. It's such a bleak outlook for many, and we're thinking of everyone that is suffering at the moment. Do your bit to get behind them. 8 points to 6. The Panthers by a couple in one of the most high-quality games we've seen all season. Indeed, Penrith's game against Parramatta last week, you could say a similar thing about that. But they're up against the Melbourne Storm, and we've already seen evidence in the first half that they can absorb pressure and they can counter-punch, and they did that to draw level at 6-all before the Cleary penalty goal right on the half-time bell. Here's Felice Kafusi. We noticed at half-time, Billy, no Nelson so far, who's on the bench tonight. He'll be a big factor in the second half, I'd reckon. Yeah,
that man with the ball, Tino Fasuamalawi, being called upon by his coach Craig Bellamy before Big Nelson. As we see Justin Olam go down the short side with an offload. But both teams only electing 2 interchanges in the first half, so they've got 6 up their sleeve.
Munster. This is wobbling around. Edwards, well done. Tackled beyond the 30-metre line, centre of Campbelltown. We're back here for Sunday footy as well for another fascinating game. Raiders Manly. Here's Moses Leota, punches through the defence. He'll get a quick play the ball off here. Coruscant for Cleary, shifts it straight out for Luai, and Kickout, who was hobbling before half-time because of the ankle, and Penrith have turned it over here.
Pass is going forward, just a knock-on.
Forward pass into a Melbourne knock-on, so the Storm will get possession back.
You're talking about Tino there, Billy. I've got to say, I love the way he moves with the football. I don't know whether this is a latest thing that's developed in his game, or if he's shown this all the way coming through, but in the couple of NRL games I've seen this year, he's something that really stands out to me with the way he runs the ball. I really like it.
He's a very talented young man, not very old. He's just signed a 4-year contract with the Gold Coast Titans, so they're getting a handy player up there on the Gold Coast. But power, here he is here. A little bit of change of direction.
He's got that skip in his step. You know, I love the fellas who can put 2 feet together and make a step out of nothing.
He's only 20.
Yeah, he moves really nicely.
Pappenhausen, he's going to be a real handful as this game progresses. It's been fast, very little stoppage. And he's just creeping his way into it more prominently. Jacks, good pass, Kafusi. Wrapped up by Luai. Smith goes to Riley Jacks. That was forward, and it was a crunching tackle as well. Not too many people sting Dale Finucane. The ball came out and went backwards according to the referee, and the chase to the in goal.
Well, Dale hasn't moved. Zane Tedovano, he read that like a book.
Penrith going to challenge something here, or are we going to look at the Finucane tackle?
Well, I'm pretty sure the ball's gone backwards, but Finucane turning his back to catch that ball has left himself really open to a shoulder into the back, and he's really feeling it at the moment.
I hope he's just winded.
He probably is, Bill. You get hit in that short rib, and you're not really expecting. He's a tough fella.
Yeah. Okay, stay behind, guys.
What's this? He'll turn his back to make the catch, and bang, he gets it right in the short rib. Beautiful kick by Munster. Gee whiz, it was a great kick.
As we say that, Nelson Ossof-Solomona has a card, and he's coming on for Dale Finucane.
All right, wheel him in.
Handy replacement.
Here he comes, Big Nelson. Oh, look at this. He's a big thing. He's Nelson.
Oh, Welsh. He felt the brunt of some good defence too. Tedovano and Leota, they bring some muscle off the Penrith bench. Here's Tino. "30-metre line, centre field. Smith and Nelson. The old-fashioned legs tackle.
Effective.
Coruscant knocked him over. Timber. Now Kafusi. Ran at Luai. who brought him to ground. Tackle 4. Melbourne brewing to something here. Here's Nelson. 6 metres short. What's Cameron got? Stab to the in goal. Chased by Welsh. I think the ball's beat him.
Dylan.
Oh, Edwards was there to knock it over the dead ball line.
Gee, he must have arrived late.
Shot clock is on.
He must have arrived very, very late, Dylan Edwards. Smith into the in goal. Dylan Edwards gets back there, just gets a hand to it. Out of the reach of Welsh.
Beautiful kick.
Some more pressure here for the Panthers. Defence looks solid though, they're banging. I like the fact that they're hitting hard. If you don't win the battle of the hitting, you're not going to win anything else. You've got to get that part right.
Big Nelson. Knocked up by Leota. Now Welsh. Got it back to Smith. Here's Nelson again. Coruscant and Yo. Offload to Cameron Smith. Tick out says, I got ya. Come here. He brings him to ground. Munster. Back of the game by Coruscant, but Melbourne look dangerous. Welsh linking here with Olam, who held off the defence, but Penrith have shoved him over the touchline. That's good defence. And they like it. There's encouragement, and they'll take heart from that because Melbourne look very dangerous.
They look very solid on the try line, the Panthers. And in these conditions, they're going towards the sideline. They're going to end up over it. There's a beautiful pass by Christian Welsh. And Justin Olam one-on-one with Dean Farre.
Brad Fittler was saying that he could really hear the communication on the line there, and they're really communicating with each other. I wonder the fact that we don't have crowds here and there's no noise around, whether that's better for some teams to learn to communicate a little bit better on the try line rather than having the crowd drown each other out.
Well, I really noticed it in the opening 2 sets. The noise from the players. It's a real indication that they've turned up to play with a good attitude and they're willing to play for one another. They're relaying calls and communicating with one another.
The Melbourne Storm really only had one visit to the Penrith end in the first half and come up with a try, so to turn them away in 3 back-to-back sets there was a real confidence booster for the Panthers and a good sign.
There's Luai. He wanted to pass, but that wasn't an option, so he ran and took a hit. Here's Martin now. Gallops over Melbourne's 40. Cleary. Pappenhausen is in the gun, and he's brilliant under these high balls. You've taught him well, Billy.
No, very aggressive under the high ball. We saw him take one over his own teammate Vunivalu in the first half, but once that ball goes up, his eyes are fixed on it and sets his assignment.
Well, he's fearless. That's the key to it. There's no fear or hesitation in what he's doing there.
Well, he's only 80-odd kilos, and he played the first dozen games of the NRL in the middle of the field. So it shows his toughness.
Gee, that was good by Smith. Martin nearly got him out of marker there. He slipped away and then put an effective kick downfield. How are you doing, Brad? Is it getting colder down there, or is everything okay?
No, I got me Bernie on, absolutely beautiful. But I've got to say, it's been really interesting behind the Penrith reserves here. Most times you sit behind and the players just sit down and watch the game, but the Penrith players have been up and down this side. They've been sitting there, they've been watching, they've been talking to their players. They're really invested in what's going on there at the moment.
Billy Burns has got an interchange card in his hand. Luai stepping, jinking, sorry, Gus. That's taken a hand. There'll be 6 more here.
Well, Billy Burns is predominantly a left side back rower, so I don't know where Kickout might be the man to be coming from the field. He is. Kick out of the sideline and Billy Burns on. And Billy's a really good hole hitter. Very dangerous attacking player. He and Luai have got a great combination. Luai will kick for him or give him the short pass.
Tackle 2 only because of that mistake. Here's Tedovano. With Cleary for Luai. Tackle by Nelson. It was an awkward one around the knees. Jerome's okay. Coruscant. Cleary for Zane Tedovano, who's had a long stint out there after coming off the bench. Centre field, 9 metres short of the Melbourne line. Penrith lead by 2. Can they find another try? Good hands, overlap, surely. Yes, they will. That's Brian To'o, and that is top shelf footy.
They're threatened to do this all night. They've been outstripping the Melbourne defence down the edges. This time they find the right pass, they get the timing right. They get the ball to Dylan Edwards with plenty of time, and it releases To'o one-on-one with his own man, and he's able to cut back to the inside and score the try.
Ball's caught on the outside of each lead runner. No obstruction in the lead-up, going through to grounding. And the ball is grounded in goal. We have a decision.
Yeah, Isaiah Yeo does a fantastic job here. We see try for the Penrith Panthers, but just watch Isaiah Yeo. He goes into first receiver and just allows Nathan Cleary to get out one wider on the Harvey Norman replay, and this creates the overlap. Dylan Edwards sums it up perfectly, and Brian To'o is too athletic to not score from that position. But a beautiful play. Isaiah Yeo in the middle of the field. Well constructed. Brad?
It was good how he threw it early as well. He didn't take up all the time. He threw it early and allowed Nathan that little bit of time as Munster sprint out of the line. And by doing that, it gave him enough time. And once he had Munster out of the defence line, that's what created the space in the defence. Watch this. Pulls Munster out of the line, and all of a sudden, the out 2 defenders, they're lost. But just throwing that ball early, giving Nathan Cleary that little bit of time to be able to catch, draw him in, and offload.
Big conversion, this. Ah, he nails it. Brian To'o stretches the Panthers' lead to 8 points, and they are doing it well, but they were doing the same thing last week when they played Parramatta, who went bang, bang, bang. Tries in the 61st, 64th and 67th minutes, so went from 10-0 to 16-10. Mansour. Now Martin, she's had a game.
Yeah, good player. It's a little different tonight. Like Panthers last week led 10-0 and were sort of waiting for Parramatta to make a comeback. But tonight it's a lot more aggressive. They're up on their front foot and they're pushing forward all the time. They're not going to wait for the Melbourne Storm to come after them. They're going to keep it.
Oh, Coruscant through the middle. Where's the support? He's dragged from behind. After points, they've come right up Melbourne's end of the field. Cleary with a kick. He's kicking into no man's land. Oh, back there is Pappenhausen again, who jumped from the field to play to catch that as the ruling.
It's a great set of 6 after points. Melbourne Storm look a little nonplussed here.
Well, they cracked a couple of times in that set, Gus. Craig Bellamy won't be happy with that. They get a relieving penalty.
You've knocked it out.
Here.
I think that's got to be the key for the Panthers, to stay aggressive. You know, the one thing last week is they tried to protect that 10-point lead and then it evaporated very quickly in the space of a few minutes. Tonight they've got to keep the pressure on the Melbourne Storm. Don't allow the Melbourne Storm to relax. And that set of 6 was a really good sign that they'd learned something from last week's loss.
Kafusi. That's the halfway line. Smith plays long to Bromwich. Here's Tino. Coruscant. Great timing in his defence. He hit him well. And Martin assisting, played to Smith. He cut out Nelson. It goes to Jacks, looping pass. Finds Vunivalu, who somehow stays in the field. No, he doesn't. His boot hits the deck. He's hit the line.
Part of the tackle, think we're already out.
I think it was his backside.
Where do you want the
And
song?
his backside's too big.
Penrith feed, where do you want the
Careful.
song?
Or the field was too narrow. Look, he does really well. He tiptoes, tiptoes, tiptoes. He's there. Keeps everything in. And, yeah. Oh, his foot got it.
Okay, Jared, we've got a captain's challenge here. Melbourne's challenging the ruling that the player wasn't out before the tackle was complete.
I think it
I
was
thought
all
he broke the
momentum.
tackle to start with, and then he went out.
Well, that's the pressure from Penrith. Now, there was no space down that sideline, but Vunivalu thought he had to take it on.
He's down and he's in.
No, it's
He's
touching
in.
him.
Now they're pushing the foot towards the line. Hard one. I think it
The
was
tackle
all
was originally broken by the Penrith defenders. There's no tackle on Suliasi Vunivalu when the contacts the ground. The Penrith defender is entitled to put his foot on the touch line. Challenge unsuccessful.
fair enough.
So that's why this challenge is unsuccessful.
Cam wants to challenge the challenge.
No, he broke the initial tackle.
He's out of
And
challenges.
the momentum of Sully actually put him out.
It was interesting when they got the penalty.
Just back here,
Melbourne.
guys.
Cameron took about 5 or 10 seconds
No.
before he kicked the ball into
Over
touch.
here, guys. Back here.
He knew his team needed a little breather. So although that was a challenge, it's given the Melbourne Storm 2 minutes to
Let's go. Make sure you
refill the lungs and the fuel.
Ryan, blind in. Felice, just stay close here, mate. Stay in, Kenny. Out. Surrender. Stand out. Stay straight. Wait here. Wait there. Jesse, move. Back straight.
Martin. Oldham surged off the line.
Release, Kenny.
He's not tall there, Martin, but he's awfully hard to bring to ground. They couldn't get him on the deck that time. Leota. Tackled by Nelson. Ball goes to Cleary. Then an inside pass to Tedavana. He's got through a stack of work. How long's he been out there? It's part of 40 minutes straight. And Cleary, always a sweet striker of the football. Kick lands on Melbourne's 10, and back comes Marion Seve.
The kick chase line has been really impressive tonight. A lot of stragglers back here for the Melbourne Storm. What's going through Cameron Smith's mind, Billy?
Here's a 6 again.
He's trying to fill the energy up to start with, but I think patience now. Now that you get that 6 again, you got to be banging down the front door.
Jacks with an inside pass to Pappenhausen. Wasn't high. Play on. Burns and Coruscant, the tacklers. That could be a big call, that 6 again. Nelson now. Quick play the ball. Smith fires it to Munster, who takes them on. They can't stop him. He breaks away. Got it back to Smith. Sent to Jacks. Numbers here. Jacks has stopped. He couldn't get it out wide. Smith sends it that way. Munster. Ball to Brenko Lee. That is majestic. Too good.
Wow.
Yeah, that is so clever. Just watch Cameron Munster here. I mean, with no time to think whatsoever, how calm he was to double pump this and then throw the cutout pass across teammates to hit Brenko Lee, who read it really well. Here's Munster in the middle of the field, keeping the ball alive. Harvey Norman replay. Eventually Riley Jacks tucks in. Now Munster will go around to the right-hand side of the field. Now watch the double pump. Pump, bang. That's beautiful football.
Yeah, it was great movement by Ryan Pappenhausen also. You see the defence that Ryan Pappenhausen attracts. Crichton it was. Brenko Lee. Hasn't he been a find?
Stop!
That's 6 to go. You just saw when they got that call, really the intensity. They turned up the intensity. They were running hard, and they just saw that was their opportunity to get up the other end.
Yeah, and Riley Jacks put Ryan Pappenhausen through a little hole on the inside, and it just scattered the defence. And then Cameron Smith got to work. Cameron Munster got to work. He zipped around to the short side and had a couple of hole runners in Pappenhausen and Branko Lee. And beautiful try. Freddie?
As Branko's been watching his cousin Edric Lee for the Knights playing some fantastic footy. Got an opportunity. He's been up at the Titans, the Dogs, spent a couple of years at the Raiders, and always thought he was a really good footy player, and he's showing it now. It was great watching Cameron Munster then when he cocked that pass. What it does, the defence just stands still and the attack's moving, and that's why they just punch the defence line when he nails the pass. Cam Smith to make it a 2-point game, and he does.
Cameron Smith adds the extras. The Panthers still lead 14 points to 12.
How good is this? 14-12. Just when you think Penrith, they might have Melbourne, back they come. Only a penalty goal the difference.
Well, as it turns out, that should have been the one they challenged, wasn't it? That's the difference in the scoreboard at the moment. Cameron Smith saved it up for something bigger, and I think he wasted it on that Vunivalu call. But as Billy said, he might have been just wasting time too.
Munster off a quick play of the ball. Stabs it down the left where Edwards is waiting. Munster's after him, misses him with an attempt to slap around the legs, if you like, and then Riley Jacks helps Nelson out with the defence. Mansour dumped and a mistake. Melbourne with another great chance here. Pass it to Solomona.
So that's 0 tackle there, 6 from now.
Cameron Munster tries to split the gap. A couple short of the line. Melbourne, they really are getting the better of this now. They get a penalty. I'm just wondering if that might have been a deliberate one from Penrith.
Do they level it up?
Oh, of course they do.
They will take the shot to make it 14 all. We're about to be locked together after an hour. And that was Burns making a nuisance of himself in the play of the ball.
Yeah, they're a little bit rattled there, the Panthers, right from the turnover on the kick reception. Mansour dangled the arm. He likes to get offloads when he hits the ball up, and Melbourne Storm saw it, banged at the arm and got the ball back. And right from that moment, you could see the Panthers were on tilt a little bit. All of a sudden, the scoreboards got into their head, and the first little sign of frantic defence there. Just need to settle down. If you'd have told them before the game that with 20 minutes to go it'd be 14 all, they'd be very happy with that. So that's the way they've got to view this last 20 minutes.
100% footy. A special episode coming up on Monday as the panel interviews the ARL chairman, Peter V'landys. Monday night, 10:25. There is much to discuss. It's been an unprecedented year for society and rugby league part of that. So it's 10:25 Monday. Peter V'landys with the crew.
Be very enlightening.
guys.
And for those that haven't heard him speak for an extended period, it'll be a real eye-opener to you. Our game is so lucky that he was in charge at this time in this year. Done an outstanding job. And more to do.
Oh, kick out has had a rest and he's back on the field and he made a P1 for Nelson there.
Geez, that would have been a collision.
Oh, the grandstand would have fallen down.
Well, Nelson saw him coming because he had a little bit of a goose step and a change of direction. He doesn't normally step, Nelson.
Yeah. Munster.
He's a danger, Munster, isn't he? He's always trying something. Even when he's doing nothing, he's trying something.
Penrith have hardly had the ball for the last 2 minutes. Perfectly weighted kick too. Look at that kick chase. Good return by Edwards to get back near his 20-metre line.
Was a good return. Wasn't much on offer for him there. And that's the Panthers who've just got to regroup a little bit. They've had their confidence dented. Get back to what was working for them earlier on. Game's still there to be won.
Oh, wonky pass. Might have got away with one there. Here's Isaiah Yeo with it up to the halfway. Fisher-Harris for Cleary, for Edwards, and out for Vare. He stepped inside of Oldham. He got an offload to Edwards, who went to Coruscant, who nearly slides through, tackled by Kafusi on the last. Cleary now, he sends it up. He wants Mansell, he wants Crichton actually. He got kick out instead!
Well, this is a really smart kick. He knows Suliasi Vunivalu is great in the air, so he doesn't give it everything. He takes about 40 or 50% off this kick and just drops it into no man's land, and that man there, Viliami kick out on the Harvey Norman replay. Beautiful little touch. We all thought Crichton was going to get the ball, but big Viliami, where did he come from?
I just saw Pappenhausen coming through. We've seen Pappenhausen running and leaping all night. On the Harvey Norman replay, nicely weighted. He sees kick-out steaming through and he goes, oh my God, what's that? Bradley?
Well, Nathan Cleary did a great job by holding Pappenhausen. You saw when he first got the ball, it was like he was going to do a kick just straight in front of him, and then he turned his body. And from the side, we could only see kick out from the side. And all it looked like was a flying mop going straight across the ground. Here's all we could see from the side, that big blonde mop, like a squeegee mop. You know, the ones that you wring out with the handle, the pull handle? That's what it looked like.
The flying mop. That's your best. Well done.
Well, it's a lovely strike back, isn't it? Because they just looked a little bit rattled there for a while, but a good set of six. They prized the Melbourne Storm defence open a couple of times, and a really smart kick from Cleary on tackle 5, backed up by the big Fijian. Viliami kick out. He's a superstar. Oh, yeah. Little stutter in the run up there.
It's off a beautiful play the ball. Happy Coruscant makes a half break and play the ball. The speed of the play the ball just gave Nathan a little bit more time to decide where he wanted to kick it.
No dramas. Well, that was really something. The flying mop gives Penrith the lead back at 2014.
Well, he didn't spend long on the sideline kick out, did he? Just went for a breather, and then they got him back out there again when the scores got level.
Fisher Harris, full tank of fuel.
Well, it looks like they've taken Liam Martin off and pushed Billy Burns over to the right-hand side. Here's Billy now.
Well, Burns can play left or right, preferably left, but he's just as adept over there.
Here's Luai. Now Crichton. Branko got him around the legs. Cleary under pressure. He didn't want to get a kick away. He got roughed up after the ball went up in the air. Oh, Pappenhausen's lost one, and Vunivalu was in front of him.
Tackled in the air.
Wow. Oh, okay. Gee. Well, I mean, what's Mansell supposed to do in that situation?
He's really just protecting himself,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Well, I think he dropped the ball before Mansour touched him. That's a real let-off.
Got lucky there.
I hate that rule.
Here's Dal Finucane. Jacks, Munster, Pappenhausen, Justin Olam. Played on tackle 3. That was a moon ball from dummy half. Ends up with Jesse Bromwich. Brandon Smith's out there. Cameron left him behind. He went to Riley Jacks instead, who's wrapped up very well in a tackle by Luai. Pappenhausen. Oh, it's not a great kick. It's a ball kick.
That's at an angle. Lost his bearings there. 13 minutes to go. There's still plenty of time. Panthers 6 in front. Could well be thinking they're getting to field goal territory maybe to wrap this up. I think another point would win it for them. In normal time, anyway.
Now Burns. Well, Finch just retreated there. Tackled on the halfway. There's not many fans in here, as you well know, but they get vocal and you can hear the boos or right around the ground. And it comes to Edwards. And then Vare with a pass on the inside to To'o. Cleary, he'll look to cross kick. He goes back the other way, actually. He was shaping for it, but the chase came up. To'o rolled it through, and Melbourne have got the ball back. And it's the old age pensioner who's dived on it. He's not supposed to be there.
He's done that a couple of times tonight. A few times this year, actually. He just finds himself in the right spot at the right time. Especially on the last tackle. He keeps his feet moving. He doesn't wait for someone else to do the job.
Here's Jacks. Oh, kick out. Got him on the jumper. And that was an important tackle. Here's Smith. You see Melbourne, they're just winding up the intensity dial now. Here's Olam. He's got Seve. He's left it behind.
Yeah, I really think the omission of Josh Addo-Carr tonight is just taking away some of the danger in the Melbourne Storm attack. A couple of times they've looked dangerous down that left-hand side. And Josh Addo-Carr might have turned something into it.
Luai. Oh, good tackle, Vunivalu on Crichton.
well then, Crichton. He copped his medicine. He knew he was on a hide into nothing and got down, played the ball.
Cleary for Burns, for Vare. Tackle number 4. It's swept out to Cleary. Underneath for Tamo. Does Nathan want a point? Might be the wrong side. He's not worried about one. He wants another try. Crichton chasing it. Pappenhausen up in the air. Takes another one well.
Stand there. Stay straight.
10 minutes left.
Oh, this game's alive.
Oh, the ball's lost. The ball has been lost, and the Panthers have a chance to ice this now, you'd have to think.
I was just about to say this game's right alive here now, but Melbourne, they do look tired. The Panthers look up and about. Could be the knockout blow this set.
Well, it's a real opportunity, isn't it? Midfield scrum. If they don't score by the end of it, there's a field goal on offer for them. The VB hardest working index. Yo has dashed away with a big lead.
Oh, he's out by a furlong. Now Edwards. Tackled on the 10-metre line. Tamo. Pappenhausen and Jesse Bromwich stopped him. Back to Cleary, Fisher-Harris on the inside run. Got it away to the skipper. They've used 3 plays here. Now Cleary's hovering behind the ruck as Fisher-Harris sticks his head down and has a dig at them. Cleary, he wants the one. When does he go? He might be looking to go now. Coruscant out to Yo. He's struggling with the defence. He's shut down right on the goal line. It's 5 and last. He's very deep. Cleary throws a chip up. Crichton had a play at that. He lost it, and Pappenhausen on the rebound. Now, Klein at first didn't call knock-on of Stephen Crichton. It looked from our position that it went forward off his hands.
Well, he's asked the video referee to check. Panthers just got a little lost through that set. But I doubt that they'll miss the opportunity now to go for the 1 point if, in fact, this is restored. Crichton, I know that he's got a touch on that. Bradley Fittler.
It was the first knock on by Melbourne.
Yeah, I was just going to bring attention to the same thing. I think definitely he's gone forward.
Okay.
I think it's awarded that
Vunivalu's touched it
into Crichton.
All right, well, here's a chance for the Panthers to ice this.
Short kick-off. Kick-out's underneath it. Knocked on by Vunivalu.
It's a brave play.
7 minutes left. You have to think a field goal wins it for the Panthers. Coruscant plays left to Tamo. Cleary will want to be on the right-hand side of the ruck for a rightful kicker. The ball's come out. They've lost it.
It's an opportunity gone begging.
In the middle.
Yeah, let's go.
In the middle, shot clock on.
Melbourne Storm trying to talk themselves up now. Somehow losing the handle on the ball. Still a long way from where they need to be. 6.5 minutes left.
And after full time here, Friday night knockoff, straight after the match, Sterlo, Gal and Lockie dive into what we've seen here tonight, which has been quite a treat for Friday night footy, and we'll have a bit of fun as well. Straight after the footy, the knockoff. Stick around.
Stand! Wait, guys, wait!
Finucane tackled strongly. That's 3 tackles gone. Melbourne only at their 30. Here's Tom Eisenhuth. Here's a time to come on.
Release the army!
There's been no Matt Burton for the Panthers, so they're happy to go with the halves combination right to the death here.
We're not at the halfway yet. This has been a good defensive set by the Panthers, and Jacks sends a kick downfield, allowed to bounce. It splits fullback and winger. Edwards is going to engage top or to run it back. Oh, he's lost the football. The ball's come free. Oh, penalty. He changed his mind.
Well, there was always 2 or 3 in the tackle. I think Nelson was screaming at his teammates to drop away, but he grabbed it too quickly. Nelson goes in, gets the ball, screams at him to let go. They let go, but not before the referee's liking.
So Tamo played it to Coruscant and Cleary for Fisher Harris. Oh, that was a pressure pass. Martin took it. Fisher Harris tucks it under the arm, runs straight into them. That's 3 plays gone. Yo, Cleary kick out. Stopped 28 short. Cleary got it away to Edwards. Thought about going out wide, but he comes back through the middle. He's on the 20-metre line now. Cleary might think about pulling the trigger here. Here we go. He goes back to Nathan. He's on the 30. He's hit it. I think he likes it. Yes, he pumps the fists. That'll get Penrith home.
Well, that's confidence, isn't it, Gus?
Yeah, well, he had 2 players bearing down on him who were getting awfully close, and I think he's managed to kick it between them.
Under all sorts of pressure.
What's this? Right between them. And it just holds its line enough to sneak inside the right-hand upright. And that will win it for the Panthers. He rides it home. Bradley?
He's had that pressure on him all night. Early on in the game, it was Cameron Smith that took it on his own job to get to Nathan on all the kicks. And they haven't missed him, Melbourne. Every single time he's kicked, there's been pressure on him.
No, I've got a Penrith knock on.
Penrith knock on. Storm will end up with the ball.
James?
It's a good sign of a patient half.
Okay, we've got a captain's challenge.
That they can
Penrith
ignore
are challenging
the
the ruling
pressure.
of knock on.
Yeah, I think there's a Melbourne knock-on here before a Panther knock-on. Not the initial one from Vunivalu, but I think there's a Melbourne hand before a Panther hand knocks it on. The Panthers have saved up their challenge. This is an important call. Vunivalu goes up, and he gets a hand back. I don't think there's any problem there with a knock-on, but it's the next one.
Well, I think that's a knock-on by Crichton.
The ball is knocked back by Suliasi Vunivalu, and then it comes in contact with Stephen Crichton's hand, which constitutes a knock-on off Penrith.
Okay.
Challenge unsuccessful.
Yep.
Well, it's a successful challenge because it's given his team
Scrum, Melbourne feed. Where do you want it?
a couple of minutes break. There's 3.5 minutes to go. You're leading by 7. Not a bad strategy.
Well, this is where you earn your money, both teams. If Melbourne can snatch one here, this game isn't over. Here's a big tackle by Kickout. He's thrown himself at everyone in defence tonight. Munster on the receiving end of it that time. There's the obligatory deliberate 6 again. And Nelson with a rampage. Smith got it to Finucane. Here's Tom Eisenhuth. 8 metres out, centre field. We're less than 3 minutes left on the clock. Here's Kafusi. He's tackled well by Kickout around the legs and Luai up top. High tackle.
They should really kick the goal here. If they want to win it in normal time, they've got to kick the goal.
Well, the Panthers have defended well all night, but this is This is pressure footy right here. The game in the clutch. Munster jinking. They can't tackle it. Got it back to Smith, then to Jacks. It's come off Crichton's leg and Kickout's got it back.
Well, Pappenhausen was looking for a kick off Riley Jacks. They weren't on the same page.
Well, Riley wasn't game enough to kick it. Pappenhausen wanted it. There was space in behind. And that will wrap it up for the Panthers, who've been very solid tonight. Melbourne had them rocking a little after half-time when they drew level, but other than that, they've held their nerve really well.
They'd only won 2 of their last 20 games against Melbourne until tonight, but the Panthers are growing in belief.
Yeah, they certainly are. They beat the Premiers in round 1. Now they've got another scalp in Melbourne.
He's made a difference, Nathan Cleary, in the last couple of weeks. I know they got beat last week, but he steers them around the park nicely. And that field goal, that was outstanding, wasn't it? Here's Sebe. And Oldham. Tackled by Coruscant and Fisher-Harris. Munster fires at the Jacks. Got her out to Brenko Lee. Step back inside. Luai and Kickout stopped him. Final minute now. 6 again, the call. Penrith don't care about that. They want to give themselves time and just defend this 7-point lead. Right, there's a professional foul because he was offside at marker.
Too many 60 games and penalties, guys.
Nice.
I don't need to.
Well, it's not so much professional fouls, repeated penalties, deliberate penalties, as you heard there.
Or do you kick the goal now, Gus? Quickly set it up. You got.
Well, I don't think you get the kick-off off in time. They needed to kick the goal when they got the one in front. It would have given them at least 2 sets of 6 to win the game. By turning that down, there was no guarantee they were going to get another penalty.
Well, the time stops if you kick the goal. Quickly kick the field goal and then time stops. You might get 10 seconds, one play. It's the only chance. You've got to take it.
Well, they missed that chance 3 minutes ago.
Eisenhuth tackled on the 20. Ball to Finucane. Oh, look at Kickout. Seek and destroy mission. This will be the last play of the ball game. Smith away to Munster, kicks over the top. It's knocked on by Melbourne. That's a big win for the Panthers. A great game of footy. VB Friday Night Football tosses up an absolute ripper. And Penrith have caused the upset. Full time, Panthers 21, Storm 14.